Hi, and welcome to episode number 11 of Get Involved Pittsburgh on PCTV 21 and 47 here in the city of Pittsburgh. Hope you're all doing well at home or watching this online. My name is Tom Baker, and I am your host of the Jefferson Award-winning Get Involved Pittsburgh television show. This is our 11th episode. We're focusing today completely on Big Brothers Big Sisters of Greater Pittsburgh. Great news from the summer is that Big Brothers Big Sisters was named the National Agency of the Year. Out of the whole country, Big Brothers Big Sisters is number one, making the black and gold city very proud. So we're going to be focusing on different staff members today from Big Brothers Big Sisters, board members, bigs, people all involved in the agency in a lot of different ways. So it should be a great episode of Get Involved Pittsburgh. The first thing that I actually did when I graduated from college now over a decade ago was get involved with Big Brothers Big Sisters. My little brother Preston was 10 at the time, and I'm very happy to say that now he is 21 years old. He actually turned 21 this summer. He is a junior at Franklin and Marshall College on the nationally ranked Franklin and Marshall Diplomats. His soccer team is nationally ranked, so they're doing great. He's starting, getting better grades than I got in college. It's hard to say, but very easy to be proud of. He's getting better grades than I got in school. So Preston's just doing really well. I feel very blessed to work for the organization that I believe in truly, and you're going to meet some great people here on episode number 11 of Get Involved Pittsburgh. Thanks to Lauren Etling for sharing with us on the Big Brothers Big Sisters National Agency of the Year episode of Get Involved Pittsburgh here on PCTV 21. Our fourth guest on the show today is Mike Gorham, who is the general manager and COO of the Pittsburgh Power. Last year, the best managed team in the AFL, right, Mike?
It was.
Very good.
We had a very successful year, first year out the gates, so we were happy about that, and we built on that for our 2012 season and are hoping to build on that for 2013.
Great. So you're coming up on the third season then for the Power, right?
Third season.
Yeah, and tell us a little bit. So the AFL, for people watching at home that maybe haven't heard too much about the Power yet, what's a little bit about the history of the team?
Well, the history of the team, like you said, we're in the third year. The AFL itself just finished its 25th anniversary, so it's very well versed in the sporting world, and we're trying to break into the market here in Pittsburgh and provide people that entertainment year-round for those football fans that want to, capture that excitement even during the Steelers off-season. So
absolutely. And your team is owned, or at least part owned, by a pretty famous Steelers legend, I believe.
Pretty famous, I would argue.
Somebody that people might have heard.
Yeah, Lynn Swann is co-owner of the team, along with the the majority ownership belonging to the Shayners, Matt Shayner and his father Lance. So they're a hospitality-based family, owning a lot of Marriott hotels, and obviously Lynn has a decent amount of knowledge in football, so we're hoping to combine those two aspects and form not just a great team on the field, but a great organization as a whole. And that's
a big part of the reason why I asked you to be on the show today, Mike. I mean, all the great things that the Power in the 2 years so far have done with Big Brothers Big Sisters, from coming to our winter skating party and having players and the Sparks dancers hanging out with our bigs and our littles, things like that, having our littles and our bigs flip the coin on the field. I mean, it's been an amazing relationship. So first, thanks for all that the Power's done
definitely.
For Big Brothers Big Sisters. Why do you find it important for the Power to reach out and do things with the community?
I think it's obviously essential to form those relationships with the community to show that you are invested, not just in your own organization, but in the community as well. But more importantly, if the community wasn't involved in us, then we wouldn't exist. So we owe it to the community to give back, whether it be Big Brothers Big Sisters or Special Olympics. There are several organizations that we're very invested in throughout the season and in the off season, as you said, that we want to make sure we make our mark in the community.
Right. And we had you this summer, Mike, and come and keynote our MRAB summer picnic at the Plaza there. It was a lot of fun. And, you shared a lot about your military service, and a little bit of your background with that. Maybe for the viewers, tell us a little bit about your background.
Straight out of college, I was commissioned as an officer in the Army. So I spent 8 years on active duty, did, 2 deployments to Afghanistan and Iraq. And then, when my wife and I decided it was time to take a break and slow down a little bit, we opted to enter the reserves and take a break from active duty. And that was kind of where the opportunity to come on board with the Pittsburgh Power came in play. I had only been working in the civilian sector for about a year when I got the call for the Pittsburgh Power. So it was great to go from one career opportunity that I was passionate about to another one immediately. And I was just eager to take that leadership and that knowledge and that experience and transition over to the sports world and and work with such a great organization.
That's cool. I think for a lot of the young men watching at home, oddly enough, we have a lot of middle schoolers that watch this show, which I love. So maybe for the kids, the students that are watching at home, that would dream someday of running a football team. I mean, I think you, in a lot of ways, have a dream job. What do you actually do? What does a general manager of a football team do? I think that might be interesting for our viewers.
What do you do here?
What do you do here? Yeah.
It is, I mean, that's kind of a loaded question. There really isn't a typical day, in the life of a general manager. Right now, as we speak, we are actively researching and scouting players for our 2013 season, some of which will come from our 2012 team, but others throughout the league and from other leagues in the football world, including the NFL and the CFL. We're also, working on forming new sponsorships and new partnerships with organizations and businesses in the community. Coordinating travel plans and researching options for uniform designs and stuff like that. It's all just a continuing cycle of progress.
It's great. I know for one of our big brothers, Lou Soltis, his little brother, him and Duncan, the two of them went to the football game. Yeah. You were nice enough, the Power Dice stuff, to donate some tickets to Big Brothers Big Sisters. Our bigs and our littles got to go on the field, high five with the players. And I know for Lou and Duncan, they got to, I guess, flip the coin at the game.
The coin toss.
And they still talk about that at training. Lou comes and he talks to volunteer training. They love the experience. So I think you're making a lot of things happen here in the community. One other story I wanted you to share, it's not Big Brothers Big Sisters related, but I think you actually made a young man in the community an honorary player for a day. Did that?
We did. In addition to Big Brothers Big Sisters and Special Olympics and muscular dystrophy, and several other organizations in the community, we're also partnered with Make-A-Wish Foundation. And our very first wish that we were able to grant was a young boy named Mick Walsh, who his dream was to play for the Pittsburgh Powers. So we signed him to a contract, and we issued him a uniform, and we made him come to practice and break a sweat. And then on game day, he got to lead the team out on the field and serve as an honorary captain. And then he actually had a role to play during the game. He had to serve as a special teams coordinator and retrieve the tee after kickoffs and stuff like that. So it was a really great experience.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I'm not sure who enjoyed it more, him or I, because I got to plan it all and kind of dream big and then just make those dreams come true. So it was a lot of fun. That's
really cool. That's great. And I'm sure him and the players, probably a lot of the people in your organization really look up to you as a role model. You've got kids of your own. You talked this summer at the picnic about the importance of being a male role model. And we always say that that's one of our #1 needs as an agency, are more men to get involved. Why do you think it's important for men to step up and get involved with a program like Big Brothers Big Sisters?
Well, I think it's huge for not just men but women, to get involved in community activities, and especially ones that can touch young people's lives. Young people are molded by the people that are surrounding them on a daily basis, whether it's their parents or their siblings or their friends or teachers. They are not necessarily molded by one particular instance, but it's a collective whole that's going to help mold those into the type of person they'll be when they get older. So I think it's very important that that we exude our positive influence on these young women, and young men and children, to just help them improve their lives.
Great, absolutely. Well, thanks for all that you're doing. The Pittsburgh Power are a great community partner for Big Brothers Big Sisters. Thanks for being on our Agency of the Year television show. We look forward to continuing the relationship with the Pittsburgh Powers, our bigs, our littles, our staff. We just have a great time with you guys, so we really appreciate it.
Great.
We'll see you back at events, and we'll see you on the field next year at the console for your game. So thanks very much to Mike Gorham, our 4th guest here on episode #11 of Get Involved Pittsburgh. We're going to round it out with our 5th guest, Ned Shano, Communications Director at the Heinz History Center, longtime big brother with Big Brothers Big Sisters. We'll be back in just a second with Ned Shano.